This may not be the most popular genre of Japanese animation, but all of these supernatural anime are worth checking out if you're looking for something new to watch. So if you haven't seen one, you can watch it right here on this YouTube channel. Unleash the power of the gods of Japanese myth and legend with this list of anime. The shows that our list may have different subgenres, but they're all about gods in one way or another. What is the greatest gods anime of all time? Watch it and find out here in Anitude. Takaku Azuma has just transferred to the elite Miyaju Academy, a private girls' boarding school. But there's a catch. She, along with 11 of her fellow students in Class Black, is an assassin taking part in the challenge to kill their sweet-natured classmate, Haru Ichinas. Whoever succeeds will be granted their deepest desire, no matter the difficulty or cost. However, each assassin only gets one chance. If they fail to kill her, they will be expelled. Despite the extraordinary reward, Takaku decides to take a different course of action. Though Haru is her target, the young assassin soon finds herself drawn to the very girl she is supposed to kill. With the entire class out for Haru, Takaku refuses to let her friend die, vowing to protect her from a growing bloodlust. In present times, gods and demons coexist together with humans after the door between each of these worlds had opened. Sachimi Rin is a normal young high school student attending Verbena Academy, spending his days living peacefully with his childhood friend Ki. Unexpectedly, one day the king of gods, the king of demons and their families, move into be Rin's next-door neighbors. Apparently the daughter of the gods, Sia, and the daughter of the demons, Narine, are both deeply in love with Rin after having met him in the past. Along with his playful friendship with upperclassman Asa and his encounter with the silent but cute Primula, Rin has much on his hands dealing with the affections of each of these girls. Based on the Arage by Naval. In a world where humans can have their wish granted via the goddess help hotline, a human, Kiichi Morisato, summons the goddess Buldandi by accident and jokes that she should stay with him forever. Unfortunately for him, his wish is granted. Suddenly, Kiichi is now living with this gorgeous woman all alone, causing him to be kicked out of the all-male dormitory he was staying in. But soon, after they find lodging in a Buddhist temple, Kiichi and Buldandi's relationship begins to blossom. Although they are both awkward and rather uncomfortable with one another at first, what awaits these two strangers could turn out to be an unexpected romance. "17-year-old Tenchi Masaki grew up hearing stories about how his ancestor used a sword to seal a demon inside a cave 700 years ago. When curiosity gets the better of him, Tenchi goes to the cave and stumbles across the sword from the legend. Thinking that the story is nothing more than a fairy tale, he removes the blade and inadvertently releases the demon, who turns out to be a space pirate named Ryoko Hakubi. Furious about being trapped for so long, she attacks Tenchi, but he is able to repel her with the sword, awakening his inner power. After seeing this, Ryoko takes an interest in her unlikely savior and decides to crash at his place. As if it were a chain reaction, more alien women Ika Jurai Masaki, an uptight princess from the planet Jurai, Sasami, Ika's sweet younger sister, Mahashi Kurimitsu, a ditzy galactic police officer, and Washu Hakubi, a wisecracking genius, gradually come in contact with Tenchi and begin living with him. Through his encounters with these 5 women, Tenchi begins to learn more about his ancestry, newfound power, and the looming threat lurking beyond the skies. Clumsy, below-average intellect, and shy, these are some of the traits that Inari Fushimi possesses. Despite her shortcomings, she is very considerate of others. She can't ignore anyone's plea for help. She also has a long-time crush on Kauji Tanpabashi, who she admires for being cheerful and always hardworking. The problem is, Inari's incurable shyness makes it difficult to express her feelings for Kauji. Inari, Konkan, Koya starts with Inari taking a shortcut to her school. She happens to see a fox pup that's about to fall in the river. Although she's running late, she just can't ignore the pup. Yuka no Matama no Kami, the god of the Inari shrine, is thankful for Inari's kindness toward the young fox, who turns out to be a familiar named Khan. To show her gratitude to Inari, she fulfills one of Inari's wishes, but the fulfillment of the wish only invites trouble. To compensate, Yuka no Matama no Kami bestows Inari a small part of her divine power that gives Inari the ability to transform into anyone at will. Inari now possesses the power of a god, even if it's just a small portion. Otherworldly beings suddenly take an interest in her, for better or worse. What kind of adventure awaits Inari, and will she be able to tell Kauji everything that she has kept in her heart for so long? Yui Kusanagi, normal human girl, was suddenly transported to another world for a very special mission. To show the young gods of the divine realm what it means to be human. Over the years, these handsome young gods have lost their ability to empathize with or interact with humans. Anyone would be happy to be surrounded by such dizzyingly good-looking people, but the problem is, she only has 1 year to complete her mission, and if she fails, all of them will be stuck in this realm forever. With many of the gods showing great reluctance to even participate in the Compassion Project, Yui faces an uphill battle. Will she be able to convince them all to learn a lesson in humanity, or will they all be stuck together for the rest of their lives? Some people suddenly find religion, but for 16-year-old Kusanagi Godu, it's that really old-time religion that's found him. As the result of defeating the god of war in Mortal Kombat, Godu's stuck with the unwanted position of champion. Or god slayer, whose duty is to fight heretical gods whenever they try to muscle in on the local turf. Not only is this likely to make Godu roadkill on the highway to heaven, it's also a job that comes with a lot of other problems. Like how to deal with the fact that his enhanced status is attracting a bevy of overly worshipy female followers. After all, they're just there to aid him in his demi-godly duties, right? So why is it that their leader, the demonically manipulative sword mistress Erika Blandelli, seems to have such a devilish interest in encouraging some very unorthodox activities? Get ready for immortal affairs, heavenly harems and lots of dueling deities taking Pius in the face as the ultimate smash, bash and thrash of the Titans rocks both heaven and earth. High schooler Nanami Mamazono has quite a few problems of late, beginning with her absentee father being in such extreme debt that they lose everything. Downtrodden and homeless, she runs into a man being harassed by a dog. After helping him, she explains her situation, and to her surprise, he offers her his home in gratitude. But when she discovers that said home is a rundown shrine, she tries to leave. However, she is caught by 2 shrine spirits and a fox familiar named Tomo. They mistake her for the man Nanami rescued, the land god of the shrine, Mikage. Realizing that Mikage must have sent her there as a replacement god, Tomo leaves abruptly, refusing to serve a human. Rather than going back to being homeless, Nanami immerses herself in her divine duties. But if she must keep things running smoothly, she will need the help of a certain hot-headed fox. In her fumbling attempt to seek out Tomo, she lands in trouble and ends up sealing a contract with him. Now the two must traverse the path of godhood together as god and familiar, but it will not be easy, for new threats arise in the form of a yokai who wants to devour the girl, a snake that wants to marry her, and Nanami's own unexpected feelings for her new familiar. Life in the bustling city of Arario is never dull, especially for Bel Cranel, a naive young man who hopes to become the greatest adventurer in the land. After a chance encounter with the lonely goddess, Hestia, his dreams become a little closer to reality. With her support, Bel embarks on a fantastic quest as he ventures deep within the city's monster-filled catacombs, known only as the Dungeon. Death lurks around every corner in the cavernous depths of this terrifying labyrinth, and a mysterious power moves amidst the shadows. Even on the surface, survival is a hard-earned privilege. Indeed, nothing is ever certain in a world where gods and humans live and work together, especially when they often struggle to get along. One thing is for sure, though. A myriad of blunders, triumphs and friendships awaits the dauntlessly optimistic protagonist of this Herculean tale. In times of need, if you look in the right place, you just may see a strange telephone number scrawled in red. If you call this number, you will hear a young man introduce himself as the Yato god. Yato is a minor deity and the self-proclaimed delivery god, who dreams of having millions of worshippers. Without a single shrine dedicated to his name, however, his goals are far from being realized. He spends his days doing odd jobs for 5 yen apiece until his weapon partner becomes fed up with her useless master and deserts him. Just as things seem to be looking grim for the god, his fortune changes when a middle school girl, Hiyori Aiki, supposedly saves Yato from a car accident, taking the hit for him. Remarkably, she survives, but the event has caused her soul to become loose and hence able to leave her body. Hiyori demands that Yato return her to normal, but upon learning that he needs a new partner to do so, reluctantly agrees to help him find one. And with Hiyori's help, Yato's luck may finally be turning around. So what do you think of this list? Their name and which is your favorite god's anime? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more anime related content.